Hey guys, Joe from AmericanTrucks, and today we're going to be working with the HDX Grille Guard in black, fitting all 16, 17, and 18 Silverado and Sierra 1500s. Now this is going to be perfect for any Silverado or Sierra owner out there looking for an extremely well-made grille guard to provide a lot of protection for the front end of their truck. This is made out of an E-coated steel sealed in a durable black powder coating, which is not just there to add to the looks. As you can see, the front of our truck is pretty chrome, but if you were going for the blackout look, that would match perfectly. It's also going to serve as a layer of protection from the elements. The design of this also has these wraparound headlight guards to give you a little bit of protection from the side, and right up front, we have that HDX logo. Now, another thing I like about this one, and it just serves as another layer of protection for your truck here, is this punch plate grille right in the center. Now, what that's designed to do is to stop a stray stick if you're going through some brush off-roading from otherwise getting through the grille and damaging your radiator, which would otherwise leave you stranded on the trail. Another great utility feature this is going to bring to the front end of your truck are these one-piece welded uprights here. If you need to push something around, that'll give you the perfect surface to get on there cleanly and push whatever it is you need to. They're even rubberized, which is not only going to protect the black powder coating on the grille guard, but whatever it is that you're pushing around. If off-roading is your thing, you'll be happy to know that this one, unlike most grille guards out there, and even on our website, retains the factory tow hook. So if you do plan on doing any off-roading, you'll get to keep those as a factory recovery point. Now, if you like the HDX, but you were looking for a little bit more, also makes this with a stainless steel finish, which on our truck here would definitely better match that chrome. And also, if you were looking for even more recovery points, they make this same exact grille guard with a winch mount accommodation across the bottom. However, both of those will cost you significantly more than what you see here, as this one is going to drop in right around that $700 mark. That's going to put it right in the middle ground in terms of grille guards in general, so you get that build quality without having to pay the extra price of those stainless steel and winch mount options. Install is going to be just a little bit harder than your average grille guard. We're going to have to trim the plastic around our tow hooks to accommodate our new grille guard brackets. And this thing is pretty heavy. It would probably be in your best interest to have a buddy on hand to help you lift this thing and hold it in place while you line up the bolts. And for that, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Should take you about an hour or two to get this hooked up at most. So without any further ado, let me show you what tools you'll need and how it's done. Tools required for this install are going to be an impact or ratchet, U-joint, 10, 15, and 18 millimeter sockets, some safety glasses, both of these Allen keys, which do come included in the kit, 18 millimeter wrench, trim panel removal tool, and a body saw. So the first step here, we have to get our tow hooks out of the way. Each tow hook is held on with 2 18 millimeter bolts, one of which has a nut on the end, and the other one just threads right into the tow hook. We're gonna remove all that and pull our tow hooks out. This one in the back is going to be the one that threads directly into the tow hook, and the one up front is going to be the bolt all the way through. Now we're going to remove the tow hook on the other side as well. So now we're gonna have to cut away some of the plastic around our tow hook to fit our bracket in to get to the frame rail. I'm just gonna show you why we have to do this real quick here. So if I take our driver's side bracket, what I wanna do here is put it in, come around and up the side of the frame rail like that. But as you can see, this little bit over here and on the bottom doesn't really allow it to sit flush against the frame rail. And if you don't have a body saw, tin snips will work in a pinch. All we're going to do is take about a 1/4 inch off the bottom and closer to 1/2 off the side. We're gonna round the corners and make it look just like factory. It's barely gonna be noticeable. So now we have it widened out, again, 1/2 inch on the side, about 1/4 inch on the bottom. I cleaned up the edges a little bit here as well. And as you can see, our bracket is nice and flat up top and flush against the side of that frame rail. So we're gonna get the other side caught up and then bolt these brackets in place. So now we're just gonna put that bracket in and turn the corner here. Now once that's in place, we should be able to slide our tow hook back in as well. Right. So now we're just gonna line that hole up and get our 16mm bolt started through the bracket, frame rail, and tow hook. Now from the other side, we're going to hang this support bracket here on our bolt. And then we're going to take another small bolt included in the kit, thread that through our support bracket and into our tow hook. Now we're going to combine our two brackets here at the bottom with another one of those smaller 18mm bolts. Now we're going to run our bolt through the bottom to secure our two brackets together. Now we're going to run through with an 18mm socket and wrench and tighten all this down. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So what I've done here is I've run that long 16mm bolt all the way through the tow hook. That's the front one here. This rear one threads into it. This one is at the bottom to meet up our mounting bracket and support bracket. And on the other side here, I have a nut lock washer and flat washer. Now we're just going to tighten down all that hardware. That's going to be it for the lower mounting brackets. Now for the upper mounting brackets, we do have to get underneath of this grill here, but that's not that bad. It's only held on by 4 10mm bolts and some push pins. The only thing we do have to remove to get at those 10mm bolts is this big plastic piece over our radiator right here. It's held on with 12 push pins. Now we can pull off this big plastic piece here. And like I said earlier, that's gonna reveal those 4 10mm bolts. Right here, there's one here, and right there. We're gonna remove all of those as well, and then pull off our grill. At this point, the grill is just held on with body clips, so if we pull straight back toward our chest, this should come with us. So our upper mounting bracket is going to go under this 18mm bolt right here that holds our bumper on. So we're going to remove that, put our bracket in place, then tighten it back down. Once you do tighten it back down, you want to make sure that this flat area is in line with the lower mounting bracket. we're gonna do the same exact thing for the passenger side. So now we have all of our mounting brackets in place. We're just gonna button up the grill here and then hang our grill guard. Once the grill's clipped in place, we can now tighten down the 410s across the front lip. And once that's done, we can pop on our radiator cover and secure it in place with the 12 push pins. So now we're ready to lift our grill guard in place. Now this thing is pretty heavy. I recommend you guys grab a friend. Once we have it lined up with the brackets, we're gonna secure it with larger button head bolts on bottom and the smaller button head bolt on top. Now, one thing I really like about this kit is the hardware to actually hang the grill guard on the bracket includes these flange nuts here, which is a nice touch. You're not fumbling around with washers when you're trying to manipulate this heavy grill guard. So now we have all of the hardware in place. We're just gonna use the Allen keys included in the kit to tighten it down. The bottoms will take an 18mm socket for the nut and the larger Allen key, and the top will take a 15mm socket for the nut and the smaller Allen key. And that is gonna do it for my review and install of the HDX Grill Guard in black, fitting all 16, 17, and 18 Silverado and Sierra 1500s. Thank you for watching. I'm Joe. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this.